Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. I've been up now. It's morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning. I've been up maybe a half an hour or so. And I want to jot down this dream that I had. It felt like a typical dream, though. Typical dream, not a, eight-dimensional thing, but just a typical dream that I would have, at least how I felt and how I interacted. And I think it was heavily influenced by my watching things about space and everything. But what made it seem different, the theme that seemed different about it was the color of the object. Because in my past, anything that had to do with something in the air or space was always dark in color. Well, I had a dream about spaceship. I remember I was with my family back in my parents' house, and I actually was young there because my siblings, I had at least two or three of my siblings with me, my brothers, and they were young. They don't look like what they look like now, and I think we were all young, and I think there was something in the house. But I remember I don't remember the details about that being in the house, but that something was in the house, and uh, I remember the anxiety I had, and I remember like one of them I had grabbed on one of my brothers because I think they went to investigate or something. Two of them were looking, and I didn't want to be alone. So I grabbed one of them and it's like piggyback back on him, because I didn't want him to, I felt like I had to stay close to them. I was acting like a kid, and I was afraid of the thing that was in the house. And then I remember another part of the dream. I was outside. It was daytime. I'm not sure of the area, but it was in a residential area. But what I really remember was that I looked up in the clouds, and I think I know I had someone with me because I said, "Hey, look up in the sky." Yeah, because I think the community, something with the community, the neighbors, we all knew about this thing. So something that was public knowledge, and we were reacting. And at this point, yeah, it was daytime too, and I remember seeing the clouds, those fluffy white clouds, and I saw this craft, and I think the craft is a conglomerate of other things that I saw in my life. It almost looked like a pet. It sounds stupid, but it reminded me of the shape of a shoe, or a round. The tip of the shoe was round, and it looked almost packed to leather, and had like a strap over the foot. It kind of reminded me of that. It was um, pointing vertically, and it was like a creamy white or antique white color, and it's up in the clouds. And then it had this shield, what I would call a shield, in in front of it, and it was opaque. I mean, not it was semi-opaque. You can see through it, but it was like a slightly cloudy white color, and it was in the shape of a triangle, and the points were rounded. And I'm pointing at it with someone next to me. So he said, "Look at it." And when I'm pointing at it, it's supposed to be cloaked. I said, well, you can still see it through this that translucent shield in front of it, and you see the clouds too. And then I think I woke up. I know there was more to the dream, but basically, in short, that something was around that I was afraid of, and we were kind of like all running around in the house, trying, you know, I think something with the entries that we wanted to, I think at some point we wanted to make sure the entry into the house was protected. And even with the house, like, you ever have a dream that, okay, you might be in a known location, but it's slightly different. It had different influences in it, like it reminds you of this place and then that place at the same time. That's what that dream had. And I didn't question where I was. I noticed with my dreams, I never questioned really that I'm here and how did I get here and the place looking a little different. And again, we were younger. But I noticed, like, I know I started out with the telling of this dream that some aspects were different. Like when I was 18 and in my early 20s, I used to have a lot of dreams of things in the sky and it falling, but they were always black in color, and it's at nighttime, and the fear of these things, these objects, and they were usually like they were like trains, and I think I might have had a plane before, but they were long objects, and they would be falling from the sky. That was the fear, and I thought, oh, it's going to hit me. But this dream, it was in the daytime, not nighttime, and everything had, was white, but I still had the same anxiety, the anxiety of something up above, and the vulnerability. Yeah. So that was my dream.